Hey everybody. Hey NailTubers. First and foremost, before I even get started, I just want to say a special thank you to those of you who made it to the premiere the other day on Tuesday from the collab that I did with Q Naturally Lovely Q. We did glow sets. I really appreciate you guys for that. Thank you so much. In fact, that was a milestone for each of us. It was her very first collab, and it was actually my very first premiere. So it was so exciting, and we're happy with how everything went. So love you guys. Oh, and let me share this too. I still have my nails on from the video. There's my clickety clickety acrylic sound, guys. Funny thing, I'll let you guys in on a little secret real quick before I get started. Actually, I had already had these nails on before you guys even saw that premiere. I'm not sure if anybody even noticed, but you know what would be fun? If you did, leave it in the comments and let me know if you happen to catch that. What was going on? I didn't even realize it. That's what's even funnier about this. Until Q left a comment on, I think it was either the video that I was doing the set when I did Ebony's nail haul from the things that I got from her, or it was the follow-up giveaway to it. She left a comment. If you guys go back, you'll see it. She said, those nails, I can't even get it out. She said, oh, those nails look mighty familiar, and I still didn't catch it, guys. Oh my gosh, it must be age, because it's a lot of stuff that goes past me sometimes. And I kept wondering what she was saying, and then it dawned on me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I had those nails on in the video before the premiere came up, so that was hilarious. Everything still went well, and again, like I said, thank you guys so much for it. And just a little more information, the nails were actually done, I think it was that Thursday. The nails were done Thursday. It took me like 2 days. I did the nails and then started the editing. Actually, it took me like 2.5 days. So we both communicated with each other back and forth over the weekend that we were still in editing, and then it was very cool because step by step we were letting each other know where we were in our progress, and we pretty much both finished up everything at the same time, like within an hour of each other. So that was really good. But what I wanted to point out about that is so those nails were done. These nails were actually done. Yeah, it had to be Thursday. So it is Thursday now. They've been on for a week. And guys, they are still going strong, okay? That was something else that I wanted to point out to you before I got started. I'm leaving them on just to see how long they'll last. It was asked of me what type of glue or what do I use to put them on with, and I gotta be honest, guys, I just use what's available at the time, because remember in my Walmart video or my Walmart vlog, I was saying that you purchase something, even at the dollar store this happens, you purchase something, you go back, they don't have it in stock anymore. So I don't want to confuse people and say, well, I use this product to put it on, then the next time you guys see a video, you may see me using something different. Okay, guys? So let's get started. I am showing you, starting out, the original practice hand that I have. Rhonda Mastropolo asked me where did I get my practice hand from, and I responded to her letting her know that I would be doing a video on both of them soon. I also had another viewer ask about it. If you were that viewer, I'm sorry, I cannot find that message. Please let me know. As you guys know, I try to give proper acknowledgement. So look who's here with me today. It's YOKO.
Hey, YOKO.
She came running into the video when she heard about the stuff that was coming in. Just look at her. She's sitting there showing out with that big old rock quarry on her hand. Okay. That ring is nice though. But I got something for you, YOKO. I done bossed up on you. You guys remember this from my Amazon video? Now that's how you level up, hunty. Okay. So anyway, guys, let's get started with this haul. Just a little fun here. So you guys saw that real quick intro on YOKO, right? So here is what I explained in my original video. This is YOKO. She's my very first set of practice hands. What I liked about YOKO is she came with both hands, which is what I said in the original video. The availability or the possibility to order one hand or just simply ordering both. Now, for the most part, I've been using the left hand because of the angle that I can position it. So that's the reason why you see most of my practices and stuff are done with the left hand. I can sit her up on something right here at my desk. So, but not to say that I won't use it. I'm going to try to start getting practice on the right hand as well. And you always should. You should do both hands. Now, YOKO is not extremely realistic as the other ones, but to me, I think she looks fair enough. I like the way she looks. The only thing that I had an issue with, which wasn't really even an issue at all, is that I wanted my practice hand to match my skin tone, but that's not a big deal. The thing that I did point out in my original video is YOKO has extremely small, and when I meant small, I meant narrow. Okay, she has very narrow nail beds, but with my use of her, and I do some filing on her just a little bit, it has been widening out her nail beds. The other thing that worked out for me with this practice hand is there were 3 sets of nail enhancements, especially the full coverage, not necessarily the tips that you put on, but for me, the full coverage, like when I do my bougie nails on a budget and I use the full coverage nails, what I use, she takes. So there's nothing left from the set is what I'm saying, basically. So that worked out perfectly for me with this practice hand. I'm hoping the same thing happens with the other one, but I'm not sure, guys. The other thing about YOKO is she does not have the slots for you to slide the nail tips in. So you have to figure out a way how you want to mount the actual tip onto the hand. The other thing that I mentioned is it's hard to do filing. And the reason why it's hard to do filing with her in stand frame, which I didn't mention this before, is her structure. I try to raise my camera a little bit. Let me move the other hand out the way. I tried to raise my camera a little bit so I can get everything in frame. But if you notice, she's got forearm, okay? So there's length. And I have things back here that I can't slide her any further back. Right where she is where she stays in frame for me. So that's how it works out. For me to move her around, I have to consider the length and the amount of mannequin I have to maneuver around things. Now, she has a base. I think I remember this being like a 3-inch wide base. And this is one of those bases that, tell me if I'm wrong, I think this is one of those bases where you put like the wig stand type base, right? So that's what she comes with. But yeah, she comes with this length of arm, which is kind of cool because if you adorn her with jewelry, bracelets, or I see a lot of people like bring a sleeve down to be part of the reveal shot. That's pretty cool too. So yeah, guys, that's YOKO. One thing about YOKO is she is a silicone practice hand and she is posable. Her posability, if you will, she is a little sturdier. She's a little firmer in structure. So the wiring inside is a bit firmer. So as you could see, it takes a little bit to pose her hands, which is a positive because you don't want, as soon as you put her down, you pose her and you put her down and then her position changes. So I like that about her too, the fact that her skin is firm. The other thing about her skin being firm is she doesn't pick up a lot of lint, a lot of fur, a lot of dust particles. She withstands acetone pretty good too. So that's YOKO, guys. I'm trying to think of anything else. What I like about her too is her narrow, dainty fingers. The biggest reason why I purchased this set is because, guys, believe it or not, this is $18.99 for both hands. $18.99 for both hands. One hand was $9.99 a piece. And then the set came as $18.99. So I jumped all over this and I bought it. Because I'm like, well, that's what can I say? Like, right? That's all I can say. $18.99. I was like, that's going to suit me just fine until I'm able to get, you know, a more exquisite hand, right? Not that she's not exquisite. This practice hand has served its purpose and still will be. I'm not giving her up. She's still going to be doing her job. Because remember, if you saw the introduction, she's a resident nail client. So she here all the time to get her nails did. Okay. Okay, guys. So we're going to move on to the next hand. And if I think of anything else, I'll bring her back out here before I end this. And now, everybody, I'd like for you to meet Mikko. Mikko. So she's going to be YOKO's cousin. And I'm excited about Mikko, guys, because this is my first time having a practice hand that has a little more of a realistic look to it and a little closer to my skin tone. Maybe a little like yellowish gray in the skin tone, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm still liking this. I'm very excited about this set of practice hands too. So let's go over Mikko. Now, unlike YOKO, Mikko is a shorter, she doesn't have that much extension to her hand. So she's just a full practice hand. And it's funny because this is going to take some of me getting used to this now that I've been doing YOKO the way that I have. I'm going to have to find a pillow or something to sit, you know, prop her up on, and that's no big deal, but that's a difference. Now, Mikko does have the nail slots. Oh, that may be a little too thick. But yeah, as you I know that looks like, oh my gosh, but just showing you, she does have the nail slots. So that's the difference there. Her fingers do tend to look a little more realistic. I will say, though, that her nail beds look relatively small to me, too. Narrow. But, let me show you something. I should have had a nail tip set aside for this, but I didn't think about it. But so this looks kind of wide, but because she's a softer silicone, I did this and I managed to put like a wider nail tip in there. Look, it's because it's so soft. So though the beds themselves look narrow, with the silicone being softer, you are able to put a slightly wider nail tip in there. So there's the differences, guys. You can slide the tips in for her, and there, because the silicone is softer, see how see how flexible it is. You can use a wider nail tip if you need. So her posing goes a little easier. She poses much easier, right? And see how the fingers move? So you don't want that to happen when you're placing it down. She's rubbery. She's a rubbery type silicone. Now, her being rubbery, if you notice, there's dust particles. I don't know if you can see the dust, but you could see little flickers of glitter that has gotten all over her already. I have understood that you can rinse her down in the sink, but then Jean Loves Nails brought up a good point. She doesn't want to do her in the sink because she doesn't want water to start getting up in there, because that could even start forming bacteria, right? So that makes a lot of sense. Thanks, Jean. Thanks so much for that. What Jean does is she just gets a wet rag and just wipes it down, and she says that it comes right off. I haven't tried it because I haven't used her yet. So she comes with a set of nail tips, right? The nail tips look like this. I didn't like them. I thought they were going to come with base like insert type tips where you put the extensions on, but instead she came with tips like these. Well, you're not going to put this on the naked nail bed of this mannequin. You're just not going to do that, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't, because I wouldn't take the chance of not being able to get it off by her being so rubbery. So what I did was, let me put this here. What I did was is I took those nail tips and I cut a cuticle into it, and then I slid this up in there. And then I will use this like this as if this is the natural nail bed. And then I would attach my, I know I'm all over the place, right? In this one, I would attach my nail extension onto that, just for an example. So now, by her being just a full hand, you would get the clamp, you know, the thing that clamps down like this. That's what you would use, unless, you know, you choose to just prop her up. But that's how I do the nail tips. Now, Jean came up with something where she just turned, do I have a nail tip that's shaped like that? Where's that nail I just used? This is a bit pointy, but here's something. Let's say the nail tips kind of came shaped like that, right? What she did was she just turned them around and put them in the opposite direction, which was clever. She did them like that, and then would build her extension. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. It's my first time doing something like this, I think. As such, I hope that makes sense to everybody. So I'm just showing you the couple of different ways, and I want to make sure I give credit to Jean Loves Nails for some of her ideas when she showed hers. I saw this nail hand first. I saw this particular nail hand first on Rochelle's Nail Glam. She was so excited when she got hers. Oh my gosh, that girl was excited. Rochelle, you had me cracking up so much. So when she did it, I actually had mine sitting in my Amazon cart. So when she did her review, it just influenced me to go ahead and order it, which I did. And then while I was waiting on it, I seen my nail sister, Loved by Verdi Nails, had gotten hers. And one of the things that Verdi did mention, because Verdi does very, very specific and thorough reviews on things, was that, you know, things stick to the hand. So I had already expected that. But the final reason why I purchased it too was because it was affordable. So the price on this was what, $69.99? $69.99 for one hand. The pair was $130.99. I'll have the links for both hands in the description box for you. I wanted to make sure that I did this video because someone had asked about it, and it was actually perfect timing with the fact that I had just gotten it in like within that week, I think, and it's been sitting. I got so much stuff pending, guys. I got like stacks of stuff sitting on a countertop waiting for me to get to, and this was one of them. So I'm glad that I did it, because now I can start using it. Unfortunately, I can't give you the review on how a set turns out until after I do one. I just wanted to make sure that I shared this with you. I'm pretty excited about this one. Yay! We're gonna put her to work too. Oh, and I was gonna say, so I'm going back and forth what purpose and what use each set of hands would be for. So you're not going to stop seeing YOKO. Mikko is here now, and she's going to be doing some things with me, and YOKO will still be here with us, guys, okay? I am so glad you made it here to see this today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please hit the like button. And don't forget, guys, leave me a comment. Participate in these reviews that we do for you guys. Give us some responses, or if you've even heard anything about some of the products or some of the items that we share with you, give us feedback too, as much as we're giving it to you guys, okay? Honey. Don't forget, guys, subscribe to the channel, and remember, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.